Hi, this is Dave Csanda with this week's Midwestern Buzz Bite Report here at anglingbuzz.com. Well, the winter creeps forward, but I mean it is moving slowly, glacially just about. And that's about how fast that the ice is forming, because here we are well into December, and most places in the upper Midwest do not have ice, or at least not something you can walk on. Now, the ice fishing reports that we are getting are from smaller lakes, typically in the northern half of the upper Midwest, where people are walking out and catching panfish on small ponds, small lakes, where there's sufficient ice to get out and walk safely. So that's something that you might want to try. Probably your best bet if you're up for an early ice extravaganza. Now, on some of the bigger lakes in the far north, I'm thinking notably two of them, large shallow lakes, are Devil's Lake, North Dakota, and Upper Red in Minnesota. On Devil's Lake, Jason Mitchell told us that some of the back bays have got walkable ice, 5-6 inches, something like that, and some of the small lakes surrounding the town of Devil's Lake, where they are getting out and they're catching some fish. Again, you have to be careful and not to try to get out in the big body of water, because the ice is either gone, blown away by shifting winds, or it's very, very fragile. In fact, the water out there is kind of cloudy because there was a big windstorm prior to the ice formation. And so it's tending to keep the fish activity rather shallow. So you'd want to fish in 6 or 8 feet of water or less. Up on Red Lake, Upper Red Lake, which is a big, gigantic lake in northern Minnesota, there's walkable ice right now, and people are going out on 4, 5, 6 inches of ice. Very few mechanized vehicles going out there, like four-wheelers, because it's still pretty thin, but it is putting up some nice limits of nice walleyes. Again, you got to be careful because the weather has been warm, and it's going to be warm the next few days. And earlier this week, the big ice sheet had pulled away from shore, and a number of people had to be, and don't want to say rescued, but they had to be taken off the ice by somebody with a boat to help them get their equipment and themselves off the ice, rather than taking a bath in cold water. So it's still a little bit tricky. We just have to be careful, exercise caution. As far as open water activities, they still do exist in a lot of places, and something that anybody can do with a pair of waders is walk down by a stream mouth or a narrows in a big natural walleye lake and cast the current areas at night with a neutral buoyancy crankbait or a jig and a soft bait shad about 4 inches long. That's a good tactic to try during this in-between time when it's not quite ice, not quite open water, but we do have walleyes and baitfish moving shallow at night. And you can do the same thing by rivers and harbors surrounding the Great Lakes, where you've got walleyes that are congregated in these areas, perhaps by the breakwaters. Do some night fishing, casting those same lures. During the daytime, you could cast some spoons or jigs and soft plastics, trying to catch some trout of the steelhead or brown trout persuasion. So we have a lot of opportunities that are still left. In the southern part of the upper Midwest, like southern Wisconsin, down in South Dakota, boy, there's still an awful lot of open water there, guys, and the weather is still decent enough. If you didn't put your boat away, get out there and fish some of those late fall spots for walleyes or pike or anything, because that ice just hasn't formed yet, and there's still a lot of open water fishing to be had. Now, if you're going to head out or you want some more information, go to our Buzz Bite sections and check on our state-by-state listings, see what our reporters have to say, because like I always say, they'll help you put more and bigger fish in the boat or on the ice in the weeks ahead.